I want you to think about the last time you told yourself you were going to do something. Wake up early, start the habit, finally do the thing you've been putting off. And then you didn't. And then you told yourself you'd do it again, and then you didn't. Again. And then somewhere along the way, without even realizing it, you stopped believing yourself every time you made a plan. That's not a discipline problem. That's not a laziness problem. That is a self-trust problem. And it's the reason that motivation keeps disappearing from you, because you can't stay motivated towards a version of yourself that you don't even believe you're capable of becoming. So welcome to chapter 4 of the Best Fucking Year series, where we turn your vision into reality through intentional action. Today, we're not talking about discipline. We're not talking about motivation. We're not even talking about confidence. We are talking about the one thing that actually makes all of those even possible, and that is self-trust. And this week we're going to be rebuilding it in what I would argue is the funnest way. Now here's something that changed everything for me when I finally understood it. Confidence and self-trust are not the same thing. Confidence is the feeling you get after you've done the thing. It comes from evidence, from results, from proving to yourself that you can do the thing because you did. Self-trust is different. Self-trust is the belief that when you make a promise to yourself, you'll actually keep it. It's not about the outcome. It's about the follow-through. And most people are out here chasing confidence before they built the self-trust to create that confidence. They want to feel ready before they start. They want to feel certain before they commit. They want the confidence first, and then they'll do the thing. But confidence doesn't come before the action. It comes because of it. That's where identity is created and nurtured. And self-trust, that's built in the small moments. The Tuesday morning when you said you'd get up at 7 a.m. and you actually did. The weekend where you decided to book time with yourself to review your finances and actually did. The day you said, I'm not going to eat out tonight, and actually cooked yourself a whole food dinner at home. The moments where no one was watching you and you kept your word to yourself anyways. And self-trust doesn't just live in the big pivots. It really lives in these small moments. The boring, consistent follow-throughs that your brain catalogs as proof that you are someone who does what they say they will. I used to have a really complicated relationship with my own promises. And of course, this had nothing to do with the promises I made to other people. I was always really good at keeping those because I was a extreme people pleaser. So if I said I was going to do something, even if I didn't want to, I did it. If I said I was going to show up at this time, I would be there at this time. But the promises I made to myself, those were negotiable. I tell myself I'd start journaling, I'd do it for 2 days, and then forget one day and completely fall off. I tell myself I'd stop checking my phone first thing in the morning and be really good for a week, and then I'd wake up realizing, oh my god, I've been in my bed scrolling on TikTok for an hour. Well, I guess I failed that. Time to quit. But every time I broke those promises to myself, it wasn't so much that I missed the habit, but it was that I was also quietly sending myself a message that my word didn't mean anything. Not even to me. Like, if your word can't even mean shit to you, then who the hell could it mean shit to? Damn it. And that kind of message stacks, slowly, silently, till one day you're sitting there watching everyone just courageously living their life, wondering why you can't do the same, wondering why you can't stay consistent, wondering why motivation never lasts, wondering why you keep starting over. And the real answer is that you've just stopped trusting yourself to follow through. Now, the way out of that is not a bigger goal, or a better plan, or more time spent in preparation, or asking 50 people what they think you should do. It's actually the same thing you do to rebuild trust in any relationship. And that is starting with the smaller promises kept consistently. So this week's tool is a little bit different from the previous ones. And as a neurodivergent girly who genuinely loves her dopamine hits, I'm excited to share this one. Because not only is it simple, but it's fun. Well, fun to me, and I hope fun to you as well. And it is a self-trust challenge, including a self-trust bingo card. Yeah, because who doesn't love bingo, am I right? I actually really love bingo. Yes, we are doing bingo for our healing era, and we will not apologize for it, people. All right, so here's how it works. Within the self-trust challenge, not only do I have a worksheet for you to work on and do some reflection and ask yourself some questions, but I've also included a self-trust bingo card. So here's how the bingo card works. The card is filled with what I like to call micro promises. Just small, really easy, really simple tasks. Think, drink a glass of water, make your bed, move your body for 10 minutes. No phone for the first 30 minutes of your day. Now, some boxes on the bingo card I have pre-filled for you guys, just to give you some examples and give yourself some promises that you can start keeping to yourself as soon as you start the challenge. But there are also some blank spaces for you to fill out. And that's intentional, because what you're going to do is you're going to fill those spaces with your own non-negotiables that you would have created in the identity contract. Pausing right here, if you're like, identity contract? Then baby, you are too far ahead. This is a whole series. I need you to hit the playlist. I've linked it in the description. Start from episode 1. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. Sign up for the newsletter newsletter will get you right. Now, the goal isn't to fill the whole board. The goal is to get a bingo. So that is 5 in a row, either vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. And the challenge is to do it before the end of the week. That's it. And I want to be really clear about something because I know some of you are probably looking at this bingo card thinking, maybe I should put harder stuff because it's a little bit too easy. Don't. The point of this challenge is not difficulty, because if it was, you'd already be able to do the big hard things. The point of this challenge is follow through. It's showing yourself that when you say you're going to do something, you do it, no matter how small. Because your brain doesn't care how big the promise is, it cares whether or not you kept it. That is what builds or destroys the self-trust that you have within. Every small promise you keep is a data point, a piece of evidence, a deposit into the bank of self-trust. I kind of like that. And right now we are focused on the quantity of those deposits, only the quantity. Small promises equal easy wins. Easy wins equal rebuilt trust. And rebuilt trust equals the confidence to tackle the bigger things. That's the sequence, and it works. Now let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain when you do this. Every time you break a promise to yourself, even if it's a tiny one, your nervous system registers it. It's not dramatic. Honestly, most times it's not even conscious, but it files it anyways. And it's another piece of evidence that you're not reliable. It gives your brain another reason to not fully commit the next time, because the last time you didn't do it and it was fine, so why do we have to do it this time? You stop making real commitments because on some level you already expect yourself to bail. But the same way you can make a negative impact, you can also make a positive one. Because every time you keep a promise, even a tiny one, your brain registers that too. And it provides your brain proof that you are someone who does what they say they'll do. And it gives it evidence that you're more likely to do it again the next time you have to make a small promise. It almost sounds a little too simple to be the answer, but that's literally how trust is rebuilt. The huge problem in my last relationship was lack of trust. He'd say he was going to pick me up at 8 p.m. 2 hours later, he's nowhere to be found. How can I trust you? And the only way that trust was rebuilt was that he had to start doing the little things. He had to start saying, I'm going to be there at 5, and then showing up at 5. So the same way trust is built in any relationship with other people, it's built within yourself. You don't rebuild trust with a big dramatic gesture. You rebuild it Tuesday morning when you did the thing you said you were going to do. You rebuild it when you say you're going to get up at 9 a.m. and you actually do. The quiet moments when nobody's there, that's when the work happens. That's when the trust is rebuilt. Last episode, you signed the identity contract. So you have your standards now, you know who she is and what she does. The self-trust challenge is how you start becoming her. Not in theory, not on paper, but in your actual life, your real living life, starting today, starting this week. So here's what I need from you. First, if you haven't watched the previous chapters, go and do that for me, baby. I'm glad you found me here, but this series is a year-long series, so we're gonna be together for a long time, don't you worry. And each episode is built sequentially on purpose. I've linked the playlist in my description. I actually set it up as a course. I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but I set it up as a course so that you guys know that one comes before the other. Number 2, the Self-Trust Challenge is available exclusively through my Best Fucking Year newsletter. It is a free newsletter that you can sign up for, and that is the one place that I am sharing all of the free tools that I make within this series. So you by no means need to sign up for it, but it's free, and who doesn't like free tools? I'm so proud of the community that we're building. Just know that when you do join the newsletter, every email that you guys send me, I read it, I love it. Any questions that you have, any feedback that you have, both positive and constructive, I love it. I have bigger plans for this collective this year, and the newsletter is where it starts. This is where the community gets built, and I'm hoping to expand on that in the coming months. So every feedback you guys have, I love it. Plus, once you're in the newsletter, you're within the system that I created. So you get an email, you watch the video, you do the work. Email, video, work. Email, video, work. It's a beautiful system. I love it. You're going to love it too, okay? And when it comes to the bingo card, I suggest printing the bingo card if you can. I love to put it on my fridge, but you can put it wherever you see it the most, like the bathroom. Everybody has to go to the bathroom every day. Smack it on the mirror, and every time you walk towards it and see it, you can see yourself achieving those small promises. And you can tell your brain, hey, I'm someone who keeps the promises I make. So when I make those bigger promises later down the road, I know I'm going to keep it because I've done it with everything else. And when you get bingo, make sure you either reply to me in the newsletter, comment on this video. I want to know how you felt every time you knocked off one of the things on the bingo card, and I want to know what the smallest promise was that made the biggest difference for you. Now, here's what I want you to hold on to this week. Self-trust isn't built overnight. It's built one kept promise at a time. Every time you say that you'll do something and you actually do it, even if it's small, even if no one else sees it, even if it's literally just making your bed, you are sending yourself proof that you're reliable. And that proof is what transforms I want to change into I am changing. Not someday, not when you feel ready, right now, this week, one promise at a time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week for chapter 5. It's gonna be Damn. Just have to hope for the best. Yes. Sorry, my hair is on crazy. Try to be ethereal and freaking hair is in my mouth every 2 seconds. Oh, ew, what is that? Oh my god, there's something in there that they're eating. Damn, this wind is really doing something. I feel like this looks very cray-cray. Damn.